Bum bum. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Ooh woo. Cummies? Ugh. Bum bum bum. Making sure everything's up and running. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm sorry, Darth. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You're first today. Damn, look at you go. La, 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 la. All right. Hello. So I'm gonna play. Oh, so we have a new list. This list went 5-0 in a league, so we're gonna try this list, and then Boris Byrne won a league, which is kind of cool. So Boris Byrne is not gone, and then Ash made this deck today, so I thought I would give the Siege Rhino. We were talking about it in Discord. If you weren't here for Discord, you should check out the Discord ! Discord and your chat about Skirmish Rhino. And she played a version of this the other day, and I think yesterday probably. So maybe we'll give this deck a shot today too. Nothing to do. Don't have my kids now. Nice. So you get to hang out with me. Woo. You poor, poor soul. Want that? Blue or red spells? Sure. So no kids, no lady, no work. What is life? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I made a 10-pound honey ham today. because I got it from the food bank, and it was one of the best hams I've made in a very long time. I slow cooked that for 5 hours. So good. About perfect. I'm not a big ham eater either, so. Also, I'm surprised. Never mind, I'm not surprised. I don't know. Ever since like mid-December, my videos have like not been breaking 1,000, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm never gonna have kids, so have you looked at the state of the world right now? I'm not gonna have kids. Fuck that. No. So let's just start playing some games, I guess. That how much child support is? I mean, joke's on you. I'm just never gonna have kids. Or you just don't get married. There's a loophole. Maybe that's the smart thing, Darth. See, I'm thinking outside the box. Big brain. You don't have to pay child support if you never get married. Or have kids. I guess you can have child support when you're not married. I don't know. Don't take Raven's advice. I'm childless. I don't know. It's really weird. It's like a weird dichotomy. The people that have children always think they are better than everyone else because they have kids and they feel like their life is miserable, but they know better than you, so they make everyone else feel miserable. Or I don't have kids and I know they're going to make me miserable, so I'm just big brain and not going to have kids. It's like one of the two, right? One goes first. I don't think we can keep this hand. I'm gonna mulligan this. We can keep this hand though. I'm gonna throw away a Terror of the Peaks probably and keep our ramp in our land. Tap Temple plenty. Ooh, what plays that? Draw Overlord, so I'm just gonna play a Forest into our Elf and pass. Play a Forest into an Airbending Ascension on my Elf. Rude. Is this the Rhino deck? That'd be cute. Alright, we drew Galta. I'm just gonna play my Elf and pass. Next turn we can Overlord and kill something. Or we just play another Land or Elves and keep trying to ramp up to our big creatures. Jasmine Tea Shop. Earth King Lieutenant, so they're allies. Okay. Allies with Airbender Ascensions, cute. Earth Kingdom Protectors, yeah. So I think I'm definitely going to Overlord here and kill Earth King's Lieutenant. They're going to sack Protectors, probably. Or they preemptively do that? That's nice, because now I can just go face. And they took 4 extra damage for free. We really need a ramp card to get in our big creatures. Wartime Protesters, yeah. Taking quite a bit of damage here. Forest is fine. We can Scavenging Ooze into our Elf. Next turn, as long as if we draw land, we get to Vaultborn Tyrant, and I think we're in a good spot. They play land. Seam Rip. Okay. So I'm just going to eat this and gain a life, because I'm not blocking anyways. And they swing in for 7, yeah. So we have to draw on something. It's not too bad. I'm just going to play it out. Hope they don't have an Ang as their last card, and they don't. Which is really nice. Esper Origins. That gains a little bit of life. I think I want both of these. I'm going to put the Stomping Grounds away because next turn we're going to slam Random Encounter. And our Overlord's 1 turn away, which is nice. I believe child support gets 35% of your take home. That's insane. Who plays ally? It's just crack the Jasmine shot. Sure. They're probably going to push through damage then. They just pass. That's really good for us. Airbend Ascension on Lieutenant to pump up the team. Yep. So, random encounter. Let's see if we get lucky. There's a Galta. Fortunately, the other Galta is legendary, so I'm just going to Vaultborn Tyrant, but opponent gives up. They're scared of the Galta. We're playing against allies. Torpor Orb is amazing here. A Braid will be good. Fire Magic will be good. Not a Scavenging Ooze matchup. Tear the Peaks might still be good as like a finisher. Grim, a little ramp. Smuggler Supplier seems pretty terrible here. For how much mana it needs to be. I guess we can give our creatures an indestructible, which would be cute. But it gets Agged and we're in trouble. I think I'm just gonna take that out and go with only random encounter. Hi Fractured, we just started. How are you? What's this deck? This deck is gambling today. We're playing with random encounter, and maybe we should play the whole point of the deck and play Smuggler Surprise. What do I take out? The Esper Origins then. Keep our curve low. Yeah, so we play random encounter, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield with haste. Or Smuggler's Surprise, mill 4 cards, put 2 creatures or lands into your hand, and then you can spree for also 2 creatures from your hand onto the battlefield. So we're just playing gambling for big fatties. That's the point of this deck. It's going okay. My mom's doing well. It's been a couple days. Let's just put it that way. We're gambling for fun. Who goes first? We don't have ramp, but we have fire magic. I'm gonna keep this. It might be wrong. One plays a plains into an Earth Kingdom Protectors. Yeah. We drew a land, so let's just play our Verge and see what they do. We might just fire off this fire magic. Yeah, we're gonna do this in response, so they don't have 1 mana ramp. Llanowar, that's not bad. It's still forming a ramp, so let's play our ramp. Next turn we can play our Fenrir and get 1 closer to Tear the Peaks or random encounter. Governor Souls on ally again. So they have 4 mana. Team Rip on my Llanowar. Yep. If they don't attack, then they probably have an egg. They do attack, okay. Seems okay for us. Ooh. Twin Mauler is good, but I think I still want to ramp. I'm going to get a double red source. Invasion reinforcements. And response, that's fine. We kind of expected that. I'm going to go get our mountain. And then we're 2 turns away of random encounter. They do have 6 mana now, which can be a problem. South Pole, yep. Do they have a follow-up? They don't have a follow-up. Interesting. I think I'm gonna play Summon first to keep ramping. And it instantly resolves, so I assume they don't have a response. I think I want to get another red. And then I'm gonna kill Great Divide Guide. Yeah, they can draw more cards out South Pole. But I want to limit their mana. Spell Pierce. Sure. So I should have probably killed Great Divide Guide first. And then play Fenrir, so I did that in the wrong order. And they have 1 card left, which is an Ang. That's a pretty good last card. Because they can trigger South Pole twice. Oh, they found another South Pole, yeah. So let's hope this random encounter gets somewhere. Time to gamble. Cross the fingers. Hope for glory. We're doing it live. Draw a card off the Venom trigger, and then we gamble. Oh my gosh, we whiffed. We whiffed. Oh my goodness. All right. Our gambling failed. Hard time getting out of gold. What are you playing? Earth King? That's scary. So we're under a clock now. I'm gonna block here. Take 6. If we get untapped land, we get to random encounter again. There's an untapped land. But so let's hope they didn't draw a Spell Pierce or an Ang. That's a way better hand. Galta trigger. Boiler kills Great Divide Guide. And then our Galta gets to bring Terror of the Peaks and Carnosaur. And Terror of the Peaks can kill South Pole, and that should be lethal. The Slanter Realms can kill Earth King, Lieutenant, off the Terror. And we Bastion. Ooh, a Braid off the other Trumpeting. Can kill the other South Pole. And Bash, face. 4 to the face off Overlord. And I think they're dead. I think they're dead. Who doesn't like gambling, my friends? We gambled the hardest. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? I'm 39. I won the game. And I dropped to 54? Excuse you? Did anyone else see that? I won and lost rank? Excuse you? So there's 3 opportunities to play today. Mime, good to see you. I don't know how to pronounce your name, brother. So we're gambling today a little bit. This deck went 5-0, so we're going to play like 3 or 4 games with this. Ash made a video and posted about Rhino Blink, and I think I want to go try Rhino Blink today because I've made that challenge in the Discord. And then also, Boros Burn won a league. It went 8-1 in a league, so I kind of want to try this too. And that's probably what we're going to be playing today. Like playing control mostly Zorus or Jeskai? Jeskai should be an okay spot right now. Maybe not in best of 1, but in best of 3. I feel like Azorius control is just too slow in best of 1, but I guess you could try it. Like this is the version that I have. And it raised really heavy on Seam Rip for best of 1, expecting a lot of Badger Moles and stuff like we had yesterday in our games. Control's just in a really weird spot. That's rough. Like I'd probably play like Shiko control if I was playing control right now. But I don't know. I haven't played control in this season yet, so maybe I should play control. Like we can try control in a couple days, Fractured, and we can see what works and what doesn't work. We can have just like a pure control day. How does that sound? I love control. I'm a control player at heart. But it's just in a weird spot right now. It's not very strong. Don't get me wrong, it's strong. Stock Up is an amazing draw card. Consult is amazing draw card. It's just weird. Maybe just like go this OG version of Azorius and just ignore all the fancy new spells. Just play Elspeth and Meringue and just go for glory this way. Kind of like what you would do in the previous set before Avatar came out. Anyways, back to gambling. Sorry, 1 second. It's my doorbell. I think I have Jeskai. Yeah, I have like this version of Jeskai control. I would play something like this if I was in Jeskai. Oh yeah, this is the Nia version, which I did not like. Um, maybe run something like this. I'd maybe run something like this and Jeskai to control to try it. I'll be right back. 1 sec. Sorry about that. That was a solicitor at my front door. I told him to leave me alone. I'm busy. um, or maybe down a Seam Rip and go another Iceberg. I really like Iceberg right now. Pyroclasm is fine in the main board. Maybe try something like this. What are normal people playing? Oh, people were playing weird. The highest win rate Jeskai control is playing flanker in the. Oh, I guess that makes sense. If you expect Cavero in like best of one, you can play flanker in the main board. That might be good. Try that. Hold on a second. Right. People are playing this and Jeskai control right now. So they're going more definitely on the dragon plan with dispelling and 3 steps ahead rather than playing exile stuff. How do I feel about mill? Which format, my friend? Maybe try this. Like if you're experiencing a lot of lessons in Cavero, flanker in the main board is probably really strong. Here you go, Fractured. That's the list I'm looking at right now. And maybe that can help you, my friend. Anyways, back to gambling. Back to gambling. We came here to gamble today to feel better about ourselves. Standard. There's really only one mill deck, right? It's the Dimir kind of control deck. And it's in a weird spot because there's a lot of Angs out now. Yeah, we're just talking about it. Like the mill deck is kind of a control deck, right? You're trying to slow and dirtle your opponent down. And control is just in not a great spot for the first time in a while. So if we're going to go with the same comment with Azorius and Jeskai, which we're just talking about with Fractured, Dimir is probably not doing very hot, right? We can look at numbers too. What is the card name that they're playing? The board wipe? What is the 6-mana board wipe? 6 mana is so rough in this format. One goes first. I don't think we can keep this. Looks a little better with lands, so we can throw down or board lane. This is still really, really slow. Oh, they're playing lessons. So our hand is really bad against lessons because we're super slow. But maybe the ramp can get us there. Because they're on the play and they just get a free attack. Yeah, they artisan talent right away, and we have no interaction for them. So this was probably a bad keep, but we did mulligan down a little bit. But Grand is just automatically online. Threw away Storm Chaser's Talent. That's scary. But one less off their lessons, so... Yeah, Grand, Artisan Talent, Monument, and there's nothing we can do about it. We can play a Fenrir to start ramping. Next turn we can play Overlord. Get a Forest. Overlord can be a blocker because they only have one lesson in the graveyard right now. But they have their full double Monument and Endurance. We're in trouble. They threw away Combustion Technique. That is wild. So we need to find a way to win the game soon, or we are just straight in trouble. I think we need one of our wheel spells to win. And kind of like cheese this game out. Storm Chaser's Talent, yep. We attack with Grand, I'm blocking. They don't attack, okay. So Fenrir triggers. We drew an elf, but I'm still going to play Overlord, which is going to be a 7/6. Thanks to Fenrir's trigger. And we can attack. Fenrir's going to go away anyways. Next turn we can Overlord and kill the Grand. And play a Llanowar Elf. Wisdom trigger. They're probably going to draw 3 here. We do. So we're on the clock. We could potentially die in 2 turns. Artisan Talent, number 2, yeah. So the lesson deck just pretty much had the perfect curve out, and we have no response to them. Unfortunately, game 1 is like this, especially if we don't draw our Scavenging Ooze game 1. And they have a full hand again, down from 3 cards. 2 cards. Boomerang the Overlord, yeah. Monument trigger. And here's the downside about this deck, and it's really exhausting. It takes them forever to play out 1 turn, and we just get to watch our opponent go off. And it's honestly very boring. Like, cool beans. Thanks, Grandpa. Oh, summon Fenrir trigger. We drew Volborn Tyrant, which is not bad. We can play this to gain some life, at least live for 1 more turn. If they have Quench, we just lose. I think we just lost off that anyways. They're literally playing Solitaire. So Ghost Vacuum is fine. Trap Shooter is great. Abrade is great. Fire Magic is fine. Cease and Desist is fine. Take out Terror. Esper Origins. Probably taking out Twin Maw. Smuggler's Surprise, and just keep the random encounter in. Kind of like cut down some cards. We can go like a 61 special. Keep our main win in. And try it like this. I get to play first, though. We get Elf into Fenrir. Seems pretty good. We do not have sideboard cards, unfortunately. Like, if they play a turn 1 Grand, we can maybe kill it with Carnosaur. But I think I still like ramping. Just playing out Carnosaur into Volborn Tyrant might just win the game on the spot. We'll see. So, they mulligan to 5. We're just going to play our Elf. What up, Jeff? How are you doing? They play a just no turn 1, which is good for us. We drew an Abrade, which is really good. It's our sideboard card to deal with Monument. We're just gonna play Fenrir. We already have a double red, so I'm gonna go to Forest here. Is the new mic position good? Does this sound better, guys? Let me know. They play an island. They just pass. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't play Carnosaur this turn. So let's just play a Stomping Ground tapped and attack. They're probably holding up 2 mana for like a Quench or one of their looting effects. So let's just pass, keeping up our interaction. There's abandoned attachments, yep. Throwing away Combustion Technique. Play with my horse over here, don't mind me. Storm Chaser's Talent, yep. And make an Otter, anything else? They're probably holding up Quench. I think I'm still gonna go for it anyways. So summon Fenrir, we draw a card, and we drew another Carnosaur, so let's just slam Carnosaurs. Show me Quench. They do not have it. And we find Scrap Shooter. I think that's fine. I'm gonna give them the gift and just kill their talents and just get talent off the board forever. We don't want them to loop shenanigans with like Boomerang Basics. Yeah, it gives them another card, but now we have 2 bodies on board. And the one downside to Lesson Deck, if we start going really wide really fast, the Lesson Deck starts to have a problem. The attachment again, okay. They found a land. They just pass. Seems sus. Go to combat. Bash in with our 2 big creatures. They block the trample creature. Combustion Techniques, okay. That's fine with me. We could braid. No, I'm not gonna braid. I'm not gonna braid because now we can untap and play a Tyrant. They're holding priority. Do you have a Quench now? They do have a Quench. Okay, so that was a really good set of turns for them. Drew another land into Talent, and they can activate Talent immediately. So they do, getting back what? Combustion Techniques, sure. There's a random encounter, so let's random encounter. Boiler, yeah, so it's just lethal and we can kill the Otter and attack base. And go to game 3, it's just that easy. Woo! I still like how we sideboard. Cease and Desist is still really good. Scavenging Ooze is good, a Braid is good, Fire Magic is fine here. 61 special, let's go for it. So, what is the card to? What is the Demir Mill? What is that card that I'm thinking of? I don't think it's good. Like we were talking about earlier, it's just in a weird spot. It's Riverturn Monument, but what is the Singularity Rapture, right? I think that's the card name. Just don't feel that control is just in a good spot. Oh, this hand is not okay. I'm gonna mulligan this. Ooh. We have Fire Magic to interact, but that's it. Try. It seems really bad if we have a Llanowar Elves, right? They have a Grand. So let's just play our Elf. Our Forest were always pretty bad. Maybe we should have mulliganed to 5. I was too concerned though, like mulligan to 5. Would he be an even worse hand, but... Grand throwing away Boomerang Basics. Blocks. Hopefully we don't draw a land this next turn. They just have the Artisan Talent, okay? Overlord is interesting, so we'll just play this tapped and bash in. We'll take another attack from Grand, unfortunately. I could have played also the untapped land of like a mountain and not attacked and just fire magic for 2, but it would kill our own Llanowar Royals. Grand throw another way. Another Grand. Storm Chaser's talent. Okay. That's better than Endurance on turn 3, like they did in game 1. Iroh's Demonstration. Okay. And they just pass, missing a land drop. So I'm just going to Overlord killing Grand. Get Grand off the field. And I feel a little better where we are now. We can fire magic some otters. We can abrade Monument. And they're wisdoming for Anticipate, which is good for us. Oh wait, they discard another wisdom. That's scary. There's another Grand. So is it worth it to just fire magic now? I think so. Green. Let's just fire magic for 2 and just clean up the board. We drew another Llanowar Royals, which makes me feel a little better. But I'm more worried about that Grand getting value than anything. They could go Endurance, land, and a spell, and we will be in trouble. No, they just have their 3rd wisdom. One big creature off the top can change this game, though. And just pass, keeping 2 mana up. Okay. We drew Scavenging Ooze, which seems great. So let's start eating spells out of their graveyard. I think we can pass holding up a Braid from here. Like if they want to kill Ooze, we can eat some. There's an Endurance, yep. Throwing away a talent. At least we can abrade on the stack. Another Artisan talent. So this on the stack, I'm going to kill Monument to Endurance. And then we can let Artisan talent resolve. They threw away Negate. That's good for us. So I think I want to eat Grand and get the Skoos a little bigger. There's a Ghalta. So we'll just eat Skoos. Eat another creature. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells in the graveyard. So right now they can do 6 damage. So I'm just going to start eating some of their spells a little bit. Now they're down to 3 spells. And we can pass holding up 1 interaction for if they do a Storm Chaser's talent. And now our Overlord is off and pen, which is really, really good. But they have a grip full of cards. So this still could be a problem. There's another Monument, yep. How many creatures do I have in the graveyard? 1? Did I kill them? They're tapped out. Have any more creatures? No. They have 1, 2, 3 lessons in the graveyard, so Scavenging Ooze can still live. Iroh's Demonstration, 4 damage. Okay. Make a treasure. Discard again. So they're looking for a way to kill Overlord. Yep, it's 4 damage Overlord. And now they need another burn lesson. Pass. Okay, I'm not going to activate. I'm going to wait for my turn. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. I want to be able to eat on my turn. Because now I can grow Scavenging Ooze. Accumulate Wisdom. So with that on the stack, I'm going to start eating lessons. And let's see how many lessons they discard. Yep. They have to make a treasure here. I'm going to take another lesson. So now they are under the lesson cap on Wisdom. So it's an Anticipate. Here's another lesson. So with that on the stack, I'm going to eat this lesson. And I'll let them draw a card. And now they are dead on board. GG opponent. That was really good. How does Ooze work? Hey, we went back up. So Ooze is you pay 1 green to exile a target card from a graveyard. If it's a creature card, you put a 1/1 counter on this creature and you gain 1 life. So I was worried about them getting their lesson count. So I was trying to do a balance of eating enough creatures. So like I had 1 creature in my graveyard and eating enough lessons. Because Accumulate Wisdom, if you have 3 lessons in the graveyard, they draw 3 cards. If they do not, then it's just an anticipate, look at the top 3 cards, draw 1, put 1 into your hand. So I'm trying to make them not have enough damage with, what is that card? Did I not play it this game? There is 1 red card that says you do 2 plus how many lessons you have in your graveyard to target creature. So at first I grew the Ooze to get the Ooze out of range from that spell. And then I started eating their lessons in case they play another Wisdom to draw 3 cards to get out of it. So they're dead on board because I have 5 damage here, 5 from Overlord, and then when the Overlord attacks, it does 4 damage to any target. So they're dead exactly to... they're dead to both of these creatures, even if they kill the elf. We're gambling in Standard, yes. We are... We're playing... we're spinning the wheel today with Random Encounter and Smuggler Surprised. Let me get the deck list for you guys. The deck list will be on later, but... I think I have it right here. I don't think my bond is working, but there you go. There's your deck list. Yeah, let's do a couple more games with this. I like this. I'm having fun with spinning the wheel. Oh, Darth. Yeah, right. You're new to Magic. I need to explain to you, friend. So what I mean by gambling, chat, is there's 2 cards we're gambling with. The first card is Random Encounter. Shuffle your library, mill 4 cards, then put a creature card milled this way on up to put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield. They gain haste. At the beginning of your end step, return those creatures. And then we're playing with Smuggler Surprise. So it has to be green, and then Spree, you can do additional cost into it. So Spree 2, mill 4 cards. You put 2 creatures and or lands into your hand. And then for 5, you put 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. And then for additional 1, creatures you control power 4 or greater gain hexproof and indestructible. So we're just gambling away cards to try to hit our big creatures. So we're playing with Galta, putting a number of creature cards in your hand on the battlefield. Vaultborn Tyrant, when this or another creature with power 4 or greater enters, you gain 3 life and draw a card. And if this dies and it wasn't a token, then you create a token and you get the same triggers. Carnosaur, which has the Discover 5. Overlord, which you just saw, when this enters or attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target. And then a couple supporting casts of like, this gains 5 life when it enters. Anytime another creature comes in with terror, you do its power to target. Regent, whenever another dragon enters, you gain 3 life, and then more ramping cards. So this went 5-0 in a list a couple days ago. So that's what we're playing today. We're just gambling. We hit Mythic, we get to have fun, right? We don't have to worry about Platinum Hell or Golden Hell or any of that shit. But we're literally gambling. If we our game 1, we milled over 4 lands, or it was like 3 lands and another random encounter. It's gambling. I need that meme where it's just like, let's go gambling. You know which one I'm talking about? Because that's how I feel what we're doing right now. But who doesn't like gambling? The other type of gambling, if I had money, I would just like rip packs on stream for you guys. Just like rip open packs like we're actual gambling. Opponent goes first. We can't keep this hand. Like, we can't cast this hand, so I'm gonna mulligan this. This seems okay if we Smuggler's Surprise and just find a creature and land. Let's try keeping this. Pitching a mountain. Oh, we should. We were playing with Cactus earlier. We could, but I just wanted to copy the list that went 5-0. But we can definitely play around with cards for fun. We drew a land, so we just play our Lantern Realms. Opponent played a Godless Shrine. What plays Godless Shrine? Bats? Oh, it's Pixie. Well, Momentum Breaker. You're no fun. You drew an Overlord, so we're just gonna pass a little bit. They play a Backstreet, okay. We should have an okay matchup with Pixie. And his talent, yeah. So I will throw away Tyrant. We're not getting that card anytime soon. We drew another land, so I think we're just stuck on Smuggler's Surprise. During, in a sense, yeah. So let Smuggler take some creatures and a land. We got a reagent and I guess the Stopping Grounds will come into play tapped. And this way we can ramp. Carnosaur. So yeah, we definitely got a ramp. I'm gonna Bloom Vine to cultivate. And put the Stomping Grounds tap that my opponent knows about. And the next turn we can Trumpeting Carnosaur or Overlord, depends what they play. Another talent. Yeah, we can give them 2 lands. I think I'm fine with that. They just swing for 2, sure. So assume if they're doing nothing else, they have just like pure removal. So let's just throw down a Carnosaur and go gambling. What is Anti-Causal Vestige? What is that card? Ooh, Bloom Vine. And Bloom Vine is really good because we not only we gain life, but if they play another Momentum Breaker, we can sacrifice this rather than Trumpeting. They're holding priority for something. Let's look. Card, Anti-Causal Vestige. Appa. Okay. Throwing away Momentum Breaker and Bandage Talents, probably. Yeah. So which one do you want to play? You want to play the Sack Outlet first? Get Lost. Yeah, that's a thing. Ooh, we found Random Encounter. So we're just going to slam Random Encounter. So 7 damage to face and 2 to enduring, so they don't gain any life. Anyone else is 1 damage. And we attack with everything. They die, right? They have to block like Terror 7. They go to 1. Yeah, Random Encounter. Thanks, Fractured. Have a good day, buddy. Momentum Breaker, sure. You can take my Lantern Wolf. Pixie on Momentum Breaker, probably. Playing Momentum Breaker. Yep. Getting rid of our poor dragon. Our poor dragon, man. And then Talent. What do we not want to play? I guess Ooze. We're just going to Overlord them to kill them? I am not sorry. To the face! Off to game 2. So, when this creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card, then you may put a permanent with mana value less 3. Oh, that warp card. You could look at a version like that. So they are playing Pixie. Warp World might be good. We don't bring in a Braid because they have all enchantments, so maybe Cease and Desist might be good. Maybe Scrap Shooter might be okay. Like, maybe Desist comes in. This does not seem like a Twin Wall matchup. We can discard Esper Origins, that seems fine. Doesn't even seem like a Scavenging Ooze matchup. Because they don't play. There's not really Graveyard in their deck. We can try it like this. Also, holy shit, how are there 40 people on YouTube? Hi, YouTube. Hi, guys. Goodness gracious. I love it. I think it's the most people I ever had watch me on YouTube, naturally. Opponent goes first. We have Elves into Esper Origins. This seems fine, especially with that removal for Elf. Like, we can turn 2 Origins, turn 3 Origins. Hi, Jan. Welcome to the channel. I'm a new content creator. We just hit 500 subs on YouTube. I'm super stoked. I love the support and interacting with YouTube. You guys have been so much fun the past, like, 2 months. And I look forward to making more content for you in the coming year. Intimidation tactics. Rude. There goes our Elf. So we just play our Force and awkwardly pass. We play a tap land, which is not bad for us. Let's play our Mountain and Esper Origins. One kit. Doesn't matter what the second card is, right? Because I'm going to ramp next turn. I guess I'm going to map with Fenrir anyways. I could like both cards. Both cards seem fine, because what? Next turn, we Fenrir. Turn after that, Bloomvine into Trumpeting. Keep it like it is. Maybe. You should stream more. I've been streaming every day this week. So I'm trying to stream more. Preacher. That's a really good card. Let's Forest. And I want to double red, so I want to Fenrir first. We have a Forest guaranteed for next turn. But let's get our Mountain now. Actually, that's a high compliment, Jeff. I really appreciate you. I will definitely be streaming a lot all over 2026. They play Unholy Annex. Yeah. A good card. We have Land Elves, okay. So we can Esper Origin Land Elves? Or we can ramp. I think I still like ramping with Bloomvine. The guaranteed a land drop next turn. Because if they kill Esper Origins on the next trigger, that's bad. So let's just get our ramp down. And pass. So we can random encounter next turn. Play the other Esper Origins from hand. I did just get yo, Pedro, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Strategic Betrayal. Yeah, you can take my Fenrir. No, my Esper Origins. And I think I'm just going to take this damage. I'm not going to block. No blocks. I just made partner on YouTube, so maybe that's why you got recommended. I don't know. They just pass, drawing off end step, so we just slam random encounter. Let's go gambling. That's terrible. We gain 3 life. Do you have removal spell? Oh my gosh, you do. Alright. I think I want to play the Forest here and hold Esper Origins because they did show us Strategic Betrayal. And we can just crack the map to make the elf a little bigger. And we can pass from here. Thank you. It's okay, I'm super new to this stuff too, Jeff. Ritual Chamber, that's scary. They attack with Preacher. And we'll block here. They still... We're at even life, so they can still make another vampire next turn. I'm going to play the Mountain out of hand, so we have an untapped elf still. Oh my goodness. We just got an elf, so we whiffed. We're definitely gambling. Galta in the hand. Galta doesn't do anything on this board, so we're going to pitch Galta and pass. Rutrose. Yeah, I stream live. I try to go live minimum Monday through Thursday from 2 Pacific to like 8 to 10, depending what my mood is. And then I've been trying to post content at least 6 days of the week. As long as decks behave. They just attack. I'm not going to block. Not going to block yet. So, yeah, check out YouTube. I hope you guys like what I'm making. I know I make mistakes often on the YouTube stuff, and I'm trying to learn to be better, like a new mic position, all that fun stuff. Let's see. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Fine. It's just Esper Origins first. Yo, Nino, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. 2 mountains is not what we need. Let's Esper Origins again. Oh my gosh, that's a little too late. Cease and desist. So we're dead on board if they have removal. There's a Bloom Vine. I think I have to Commercial District here. They're still trying to find a way to get out of this. Fenrir is not a way to get out of this. We can play an elf and pass. Hopefully for some goodies on the next turn. Yo, enjoy the alert. Thank you, Nino. What are you studying for, bud? Nowhere to run. Yep. There's 1 point of removal. If they have another point of removal, we're just dead. I guess they can animate their land and we're dead on board for... Oh. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're dead on board. On to game 3. It's unfortunate we whiffed there, but, you know, that's the part of this deck, man. I think I still want Vaultborn Tyrant. I'm going to bring that back in as, like, 61. 61 YOLO. I don't think Fire Magic does it here, nor does a Braid. I guess Stormbrood can come back, because they showed us... Preacher? No, I don't think Preacher is enough to have that card in. What do you guys think? I kind of like this. I guess Esper Origins is okay. What do we bring in instead? Terror might be fun. Over Esper Origins. Do like Esper Origins. Maybe I'm overhyping that card too much. Corpor doesn't do anything. Ghost Vacuum doesn't do anything. Yeah, let's just try it like this. But yeah, ever since I started just doing Magic over the past 2 months, I've been having so much fun with streaming. So feel free to give me any feedback. I'm new at this. I'm trying. I'm kind of dumb. But I go first. Oof. If we draw land, this hand's amazing. If not, no, I can't keep that. That's greed. This looks a little better. I'm going to throw away Vaults, and hopefully Smuggler's Surprise can do something, so we can just turn 1 Llanowar Elves and pass. Some things don't change. Dark, just because you know me since high school. Tiny Boy joins up. Okay. I think we just throw away the forest. Fine. We drew a Stomping Ground. So we can Stomping Ground untap, and we can Smuggler Surprise or Carnosaur. What's with you removing everyone's entire deck, Saurus? Bandit's Talent. Okay, let's Smugglers first to see what I want to discard. Seems okay. I think I can throw away Scrap Shooter. Overlord. Seems okay. I'm gonna pay 2 life. Overlord to ramp, and then Llanowar Elves that they know about to ramp. And as long as my creatures live, we get to Carnosaur? But our hand's kind of light now. So Ars, you're just like you're just a nuisance, man. You're just a nuisance. What do you got? You are the anti-fun police if you're just playing mono black removal. Sun Pincurian for Tiny Bones. Okay. So there goes our Carnosaur. And we drew a land. Perfect. I think we just bashed in with elves. And pass the turn. Play a Backstreet. And so we are at the mercy of our top deck, unfortunately. Betrayal. Okay. Betrayal does nothing at this point but kill Manadork. And they level up Bandit Talent. So now we're starting to lose the game. And yeah. We drew another land. Okay. Pass the turn. We need to find our gambling cards. There goes Llanowar Elves. Got it. And we're under a clock now. Our Overlord comes off on Pen next turn, but Fenrir is, I guess, a way to ramp and thin our deck. But they probably have removal. Get a red source. It doesn't really matter. We have all the lands we need in the world. Here comes our Overlord. They get lost our Overlord. Okay. They don't have any man land. Well, never mind. They just drew a man land. And now they level up Bandit's Talent, so Bloomvine is fine. We get to gain a little more life. We have a blocker. I'm gonna put this on Fenrir. Overlord is fine to keep on top. And I will just bash in with Fenrir. Pass. Fortunately, we're gonna lose this card advantage of Bandit's Talent, so maybe that was a reason to not get rid of Scrap Shooter earlier. We might be punished for that. Hey Jaeger, how you doing, buddy? Bloomvine, Strategic Betrayal, so we'll just get rid of Fenrir. We'll have our blocker. I assume they have more removal. Play a tapped Restless Fortress, okay? And then Bandit's Talent for more damage. So I'm going to Overlord Hardcast to kill this Kieran. And I think our best option is just to attack. Right? They can animate their lands, I guess. We can map on Overlord. It doesn't really matter. I guess I'm missing 1 point of damage by not putting on Bloomvine before combat. But it's a land, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to hold on to the land. They still draw 2 off Bandits anyways. We're at the mercy of their top deck. If they don't kill Overlord, then we can win the game. Cross your fingers. I'm getting kind of nervous. Cease and desist would not be a bad draw if they can remove my board. They have 2 manlands over there. Ritual Chamber on a demon. Okay. So they're still dead on board. They shock Godless Shrine. So they're dead on board. Because I Boiler to the face. Trigger, and they can only block 1 creature. And 1 is not 0. Whoa, what a game. Let's go! GG opponent. I have the deck list for you. Hey-ya! So this just went 5-0 in a league, and so we just copied the league deck. I think they forgot Overlord does damage. To be fair, I've done that mistake too. Yeah, you're welcome. So we went 3-0 with this list. Do we want to play this or something else, chat? You guys get to decide. The other decks we were looking at today was Boros Burn and the Abzan Bounce Blink deck. It was Skirmishing Rhino. Up to you guys. I'm just kind of in a better mood. I'm in like no rush. I did say we're gonna go gambling today though, and we definitely gambled. We beat Izzet, we beat Pixie, and we beat I don't know what else that other deck was. What was that? Dude, I have a memory about Goldfish today. What was that first deck? Oh, it was Allies. That's right. It was Allies. A perfect record. I can just stop. No. Open to any input, chat. A version of Cavero. I don't think I'm going to play Cavero today, but I just use the version that was from Worlds, which plays Analyze the Pawn, and I feel like this is the best version of Cavero out there. With Brute Spinner and Bookworm. Like, this is the most consistent version of Cavero I've played. Sorry, my head's in the way. Get out of the way. There we go. Yeah, damage. We tried that a couple days ago, Griff, where we were playing like with Cactar and Atali and like Shenanigans. And for some reason, I don't know why, it was just like a weird day. So don't judge me, but we weren't doing so hot. We were like 12 and 13. Granted, I was a little bit in my cups because it was New Year's Eve, so do not judge me in my Magic gameplay. That's what I thought too. I thought it was weird. I think the reasoning behind that, and just bear with me. We're gonna tinfoil hat theory because I don't know what again. I just copied and pasted what they're doing. There's a lot of Badger Mole hate. There's a lot of Badger Mole hate, and so instead of leveraging against all the Badger Mole hate, expecting it to die, they cut that out and did more of the Scavenger Ooze to attack the meta rather than forcing to ramp, and then have a guaranteed ramp with Bloomvine, Overlord, and Fenrir. That is my opinion. I could be wrong. Or they just didn't have the cards to play Badger, because Badger is expensive. What is he? I don't know what he is on Magic Online, but I can look. He has 33 tickets on Magic Online, so he might just not have the tickets. That's funny. I mean, we won just fine. Like you find a Galta and Overlord, and you just kind of win anyways. So instead of, I think the one of Terror kind of does the same thing as Craterhoof, but when like it ETBs, it guarantees damage rather than having to go through attacks. Like if we were playing a Badger Mole version, I could definitely see Craterhoof being a better card. But we're playing more like pure Fatty's value version. So maybe that's why they went away from the Craterhoof plan, which makes sense, or away from the Cactar plan because you don't need to have haste in this version to kill your opponent, or you don't need to have trample, right? Where the Cactar and Craterhoof versions, you give those cards trample and plus plus. But like if these were Badger Moles, like a 4 of, then I would be probably playing Craterhoof over Terror. As just like a deck building standpoint. But like Scavenging Ooze, like won us against Lesson. This card just was fantastic. But I think I'm good. I am satisfied with just being done with that with Craterhoof. Unless you guys want to see more games with spinning the wheel. But yeah, don't forget to like subscribe if you like the content. I'm gonna be doing a lot of content in 2026, so feel free to like join the Discord. I know people post their Discords a lot, but like we have a Discord to talk about like deck stuff and have fun. So there's some Discords. Come say hi. Talk about Bruin. Unfortunately, right now, until I find a sugar daddy, anyone want to be my streamer daddy? Until I get more wild cards, which won't be for a while, we're going to mostly be playing Standard and maybe some Brawl in this channel. I would love to play like Timeless and Pioneer. But all I have in Historic is the Infinite Combo and Eldrazi, and that's kind of okay. I don't know what Chaotic Transformation is. I am new to Magic. I quit for about 8 years, and I just came back recently. What does that card do? I just Stream Elements and the YouTube chat just link the Discord. What is Chaotic Transformation? For 6 mana, exile up to 1 target artifact, 1 target creature, up to 1 target champion. Reach permanent exile this way. Controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a card that shares a card type with it. Isn't that just like the combo deck that's going on in Modern that finds the Worm and the God? They play a different combo card, but that sounds like fun. What set is that from? I assume it just rotated. Dominaria United. Yeah, so that just rotated. Before my time, unfortunately. Yeah, there's so many cool cards I wish I could play. The Modern combo, it's not Belcher. It's not Smashing. It's not Finale. Earthquake. Nope. Let's look. I'm gonna find the name. I apologize. Let's look at TCG. It's Bright. I'm sorry. Bright, Flare, Isochron, Buried Alive. How old is this freaking list? Oh, there it is. It's Creativity. The Discord link expired. I just posted it yesterday. It shouldn't expire. Team Elements. Are you on crack? Email it. You're on crack. There you go. That looks a little better. Yeah, that one shouldn't ever expire. I have it saved to never expire, but yeah, whatever. There you go. You should be fine now. That one worked. Thank you. Yeah, it feels like the same, like Indomitable Creativity. Let me copy it. This is like a big modern deck right now. Nope. Hey, look, that's my Discord. You just get like the God and the Worm, and you win the game. Like a 2-card combo. Dark Reader, you're right. I don't know why I don't have it. I guess my websites by default always is like this, but they're kind of cruelty. Gross. I'm getting distracted. Happens. Welcome to the stream. This happens sometimes. Whatever. Whatever. I can't find it. I'm annoyed. All right, let's try this airbending for a bit. I'm gonna get. Wait, hold on. Let's get Dark Reader on Chrome really quick, really fast, so I stop blinding you guys. Please pay for Dark Reader, bro. I'm broke. No. Sorry. Can't afford you. It's just like ad blocker asking for money now, and it's like, what? What? You've been blocking ads for me for like a decade. You think I'm gonna pay for you now? Get out of here. Oh, it looks so much better. I can read the websites now. Thank you, Trill. Appreciate you. It looks so much better. Oh, it was asking me to pay even though I downloaded the extension, and I'm like, no. You block Origin? I think I switched to that recently. No, I still have ad blocker. I should switch to uBlock Origin. I've heard so many good things about it. Anyways. Let's try this deck for a little bit. We're switching decks around. Like Magic ADHD. Or we can try the other decks. I have so many standard decks to play. Like, as long as Lessons didn't exist, this is my humble opinion. If Lessons didn't exist, I think Standard would be in such a great spot. Like, ignoring Lessons, Standard is all over the place, and it's a lot of fun. Like, look at all these Standard decks I can play. There's a lot of Standard decks. And some are good, some are bad. I don't know. All right, let's keep playing some games. Actually, what am I doing? I said I'm gonna just gamble it, and we went 3-0, and I'm not gambling anymore. You're back at it. What up? Doesn't matter. I play first. 25 versus 38. Here we go. This hand seems kind of meh. Oh goodness. Seems a little better with interaction. I think I'm going to pitch Airbender Ascension here. I kind of want to pinch Endurance, but it's our card advantage. Or we could pitch Grimbauble because we still have nowhere to run and it's kind of redundant. I'm going to do that. Did you see Donate Shitty Things? Yeah, we played that earlier this week. We played a couple version of Donate. Degen to Mythic Day 2. I'm already in... I don't need to degen. I'm already in Mythic. I think my opponent mulligan down too. Just going to play a Godless Shrine, tapped, and pass. Are you guys excited for Lorwyn? I'm really excited for Lorwyn. Tap Thundering Falls. So are you control? Well, they kept that on top immediately. We just play our Verge and pass. Are you control? Are you the Prowess deck? Probably control. You're boring. I should Momentum Breaker them on turn 2. That's a mistake. But let's try to Endurance. See if it lives. Probably not. Yep, against control. I'm going to play a Verge and then Breaker to make them discard cards. I should have did this turn 2. Ascension doesn't really do anything right now. I guess I could throw one out, but let's just pass. Yeah, we just did degen stuff for 1 day, not 2 days, sorry. Cosmogran Zenith. Guess we can play this out. They shocked probably to play their draw spells. No, there's Consult. I respect the control player for playing fast, though, but they probably have removal for Cosmogran. Yep. We just kind of pass because our hand is terrible against control. And they're just going to get a free game 1 unless we draw a little better. Like, Pixie would be a really good draw. Appa would be a decent draw. Airbender Ascension is not anything, so we just get to pass. They play another Consult. Yeah, that's really bad for us. Yep, stock up. So the control player kind of gets to do whatever they want, which is bad. They have 3 mana up. Yeah, let's just go to game 2. I'm not going to waste my life in this game. That's just going to be an hour-long slog to lose the game. So against control, we don't really have much, unfortunately. We have Voice, we have Elspeth. We have some flankers. Photo Run doesn't do anything here. Cut down BB on Grimbauble. If we go to cut down Grimbaubles, I'll probably want to keep Nowhere to Run in. Rest in Peace. I guess Rest in Peace would be fine because they're probably playing Chico. We can take out Nowhere to Run. Go down in Ascension and try it like this. Hi, Rain. How are you? Good to see you. Happy New Year. Kind of. I get to play first, at least. Not with this hand. This seems a little better, I guess. I'm going to throw away the duplicate Verge. Play a Verge and play Gene Pollinator. Play a tap Surveil land. Not having to rest in a black deck is kind of weird. Starting town. Voice of Victory. We can bash in. Next turn we can Rest in Peace. Yeah, there's... Get lost on Voice, because they have to. I'm gonna play this untapped. Just crack this once for Gene Pollinator. Don't need Ascension. And then it... Sure, it... it cracked my 1 white source because magic is fun. We just pass. Guess a reason to play Godless Shrine there instead, but... Hi, Garrett. Happy New Year's to you, too. Iceberg, yeah. We can play Shrine tapped and pass. We can put in Flanker at the end of their turn. And draw on Scry unless they counter this. Or gain life in Scry. Passage is good because we can have an Elspeth up. But they probably have counter magic. I think I just want to be patient with this. With this Elspeth, because Elspeth will just win the game. Just play the Verge and pass. Get in with Flanker. Noggy. Sure. Unagi seems like a wild addition, but I'm going to play Elspeth. Fire Passage on black and pass. Like, Unagi seems weird in here, especially if we get any of our, like, sacrifice effects. We'll just block forever. Elspeth just ticks up. And we can just pass. You have to be wary about Jeskai. Blocking, that's fine. A2 life. Kill this. 3 and 4. And they have 7 mana now, so they can kill Elspeth. But we can flash in Sunpearl, bounce Elspeth. Pass. Block some tokens, that's fine. Would you like to save your tokens? Any tips for new players? I got a pre-con commander deck and feel like I don't know the proper way to use it. Let me think about that question for a second. Aang's Iceberg. Seems aggressive and bad, but, you know, we'll take it. Put this on white, pay 2 life. Cosmo Grand Zenith. An Elspeth, trigger. Make some tokens. You have counter magic? You do. I just kind of force them to have it or bust, you know? Aang's Iceberg. Yay, we get our friend back. It's so nice of you. Consult. Rip off the top. That's bad for us. They get to look at the top 9. Where to go with... Okay, so... It's going to take a little homework for you, Private. I'm just going to pass, unfortunately. So step 1 is what precon did you get, and, like, what does the deck do? And then from there, you should work on, like, how to make that, like, what is synergy? And unfortunately, this is where the homework's going to come in. I could just take 5, that's fine. I mean, homework-wise, that... Sunpearl. Okay, well, it's momentum. You have counter for this? A null. Sure. Yeah, this game looks very unwinnable at this point. Gosh, I'm not answering your question. Sorry, I'm distracted with the game. Starting from precon, I don't know, man. It's just, all right, let's bounce rest in peace. Pass. I'm saving rest in peace, hopefully for another spell with Kazuo Grand Zenith. A third consult. Yeah, you got it. I know I'm making a video how to get to arena magic, but I haven't really thought about it. Like, the best way is just honestly play games. Like, you brought the precon. You're doing great. Number 2 from there, I think you just try playing games and then also finding people that know how to play Magic to help like interact and teach you this game. I think that would also help you. Watching streamers definitely help. They could talk about interactions and play, especially like if someone's playing Brawl. Okay, so they bounce the board. That's their second Jeskai revelation. Show me another spell. Okay. So they need to have counter magic for Cosmogrand here. And if they do, we just lose the game. Sure, you got it. So our sideboard is not meant to play against control, and that's a problem. We should probably change the sideboard list. Like we lost that because we didn't have anything to play against control. And that's a shame. Let's look at this deck list a little bit. I don't think this deck list is good. Let's just not play this. I thought about it, and I'm like, this deck list just kind of sucks. Get out of here. Pretend we never played that list. Just like, we can make this better, but I don't think we can make that better. I don't want to do that on stream, because we proved it on stream earlier. When I make decks live on stream, people get bored and leave, so I'm not going to deal with that trash. Another good way, especially if you're talking to streamers, is just ask questions like that. I think that's another good way, Puddles. I don't know if he's still here. I might be just talking to thin air. What my girlfriend, who actually got me back into playing Magic again, shout out to her, Amendable if she's here, is she just asked questions like what to do. And honestly, just having someone with patience is the biggest, like the biggest keeper and all that, right? So I can show her patience because I know the game a little bit. There's also plenty of guides online, like Untap. Like if you just Google what is my deck, there are so many articles out there with precons. Admiral Brass, yeah. So like you can look up Admiral Brass combos. Google that, and you could see like cards that could be combos or not combos, and you could start from there. Another good way is to like type in upgrades or how to play. I know saying Google it is not the answer you're probably looking for, but that's honestly like the best way to do it. Like here's an upgrade article, like cards to upgrade. And I believe you could apply like a YouTube deck tech and stuff like that. That can explain like what the deck does and how. You can probably find YouTube videos about every precon, but unfortunately my channel doesn't have that stuff, so I can't help you there. If you are super new and want to go against your precon, Jeff Painter just said that. Download Magic Arena, and the intro tutorial is actually very, very good. I will give the props where the props is due. The intro tutorial teaches you a lot of like the basics of Magic, for example. And then there's like starter deck duels and color challenges. My head's in the way. And those are really beginner-friendly ways to play and get into Magic the Gathering. and it tells you like how to play cards and things like that. So it's good to get a foundation of how to play Magic. So Magic Arena is a great way to do that, and it's free. The tutorial and playing these color challenges and starter deck duels are free, and you play against other like starter decks, and they give you a bunch of starter decks to play. Like it says here, try as many decks you like until you find the 2 colors that speak to you. Then you can upgrade it and make it yours, whatever. But talking about your pre-con, like I said, I gave you a couple links. That's a good way to look. But at the end of the day, like I said, finding friends, locally into the local game shop and be like, hey, I have a new pre-con. Can you guys like teach me or something? That's how I learned to play back in college. I know I'm like old. I'm like 35. When I first started playing when I was 20, 19, I just went to the local card shop, and the people that were really nice to me. I think those are a great way to start, and that should be a good direction for you. I'd maybe make a video in the future about that. I know there's plenty of videos out there. Like I know Skill Check from years ago made how to play Commander and beginner guides. There's a lot of like basics out there that can help you learn and tie it into the Commander. I'm a hands-on learner, so I like the arena route. But there should be plenty of options out there for you. I'd burn for a little bit, and then we can maybe play some dono decks. I feel sad. I'm sorry. I know we're gambling on the YouTube title, and I'm not gambling anymore, so everyone left, which is okay. But I feel satisfied with our gambling today. I'm okay with this. I mean, feel free to ask questions. I'm here to not only entertain but answer questions in chat. That's kind of like the goal and vibe to have happy cheer of my community that I'm going for. Like I said, I have a Discord. You can go on the Discord, and it might be easier for me to ask questions offline and answer on the Discord of like where to start with beginner links and like how does this work, and I can help explain stuff for you there. Then during the live stream, that might be easier. Like it gives you more time to put thoughts into words, and then just me regurgitating what I'm reading on the screen. I know I'm pushing the Discord a lot today, but I think that's an easy way to do it. And there's other people in the community who know Magic that are happy to help. What is this hand? I cannot keep this hand. Keep this hand, though. I'm going to throw away the Verge. It plays Abandoned Air Temple tab. We drew another land. Rough. We can play our Hired Claw and pass. Plays a Verge into a Voice. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna attack here. See if they block. Don't block, okay. And let's just... I guess I should have played the other Higher Claw for more damage, because I could Burst Lightning or Full Bore anyways, and that's a mistake on my part. And now I can't cast spells on their turn. They only have white up. That seems bad for them. But let's just push damage. There's a Hellkite. 1 point there. And we bash in. Trigger on Hired Claw. And they're down to 11. So a Hellkite goes away and we pass. The other option we could have done there is played Bastronaut, but I think my opponent's missing on some lands over there. So red-white tokens, probably. Pyro might be okay. Oh no, there might be the mobilized Boros deck. Pyro demonstration seems fine though. I'm gonna take out shocks. Mage Weight doesn't seem good. Lynx might be okay, but they're not gonna gain life. They might play on the non-basics though. Take out a passage and bring village for a little card advantage. One full bore might be too cute. Let's try it like that. Yeah, we're playing Burn, buddy. I swapped decks. But yeah, try checking me out. Come to the stream. I'm one of my biggest faults that people have talked about on my videos is there's sometimes too much dead silence between turns, and I'm trying to like voice out my turns and why I'm doing, and that also can help you. Opponent goes first. We can keep this hand. Plays a Plains into Authority. Yeah. I think I still want to play my Hired Claw first and pass. There's nothing we can do about Authority. Pretty Plains, though. What set is that from? They play a Sharpshooter. So I'm going to play my Verge, not play the Burst Lightning we drew, but the Lightning Helix to kill it. Just get it out of the way. And bash in. So they're probably a token deck if they're playing Sharpshooter. Says this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent with another creature ETBs. I'm going to shock this in either way, so I'm just going to do it now. And let's just go to combat. And let's pump this up. Because they're not blocking. And then let's just play a Bastronaut. They're going to gain a life off that. I'm going to do that instead of Slick Shot. Next turn we can plot Slick Shot. Sanguine. Okay. I'm just going to attack with Hired Claw. Don't have to attack with Burnout just yet. They can double block it. And if they don't block, then we're going to pump up Hired Claw to get in a little more damage. And then let's just play a Slick Shot. Because plotting does nothing with Authority out. And then next turn, we have a ton of burn in our hand. If we draw like an untapped land, I think they're dead with Slick Shot. War Leader's Call, that's scary. They just bash in. We'll take 6. They play a tap land, okay. We did find an untapped land, so we're just gonna go to combat. Before damage, we're just gonna go upstairs with all of our damage. 4 damage to face. Pump up Slick Shot. Lightning Helix to the face. And just kill my opponent. Whoops. Bye, friend. Burn is not dead in 2026. Honestly, I think Burn is one of the harder decks to play. In my humble opinion. At least at a high competitive level, especially Legacy Burn. I think I've said that before on this channel. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions, buddy, in chat. I think I should change it. Gambling and burning is standard. Alright, let's try this again. This might be a short stream today. I don't know. It depends how I feel. We might only go for like 3 hours, and then we'll come back tomorrow. I guess all the hype is done because I already hit Mythic, and we already degens yesterday, Darth. That video goes live on Monday, by the way. All right, tell me, Darth, tell me this. So I have 3 titles. One says play these cards to hit Mythic instantly. I became a degenerate for easy rank, or the degen way to Mythic. Is that good titles to you? Are those terrible? You guys could tell me. Man, a long queue today. Yeah, we're going to be playing against Diamond and Platinum people. Opponent goes first. We have 1 drop, 2 drop responses, Nova Hellkite. I think this is fine. Let's keep it. I think my opponent mulligan down 1. Multiversal Passage. Into Talent, yep. It's probably lessen, so let's play our Mountain into Higher Claw. Next turn we can play either Shock and Full Bore or Burnout Astronaut with one of our spells. I play Boomerang Basic, sure. Canal into Talent, yep. Seems fair. Blocks. Through another land, so bash in. I think I want to shock one of these tokens. Just get it off the board. Prevent some damage that's definitely going to happen next turn. And play our Bastronaut. Next turn we can Nova Hellkite and kill the other otter. And I feel like we're in an okay place. The downside of this is that they play Grand, we wasted our shock. Undertrapped Trainer, yeah. Showing Roaring Furnace. Okay, so they are the is it Prowess or is it Midrange rather than Endurance, which is good for us. Play another Otter and just get aggressive. I like it. So let's just Nova Hellkite. Killing that Otter. And we can get in. This has Menace, so they can't block it. Oh, I should attack with Higher Claw, because that's only for Lizard, and I was thinking the Bastronaut was a Lizard for some reason. Riddler, yep. Probably looking for a card. Or a land. Flash Portal on Riddler, yeah, that's a card. Double attack, that is so aggressive. Let's block there. Fire Magic. Yeah, that's a thing. I don't think we're gonna die, so we're just gonna double Slick Shot. And if we draw another spell next turn, they could be in trouble. Like they have a Roaring Furnace in their hand. Sure. And their Talent, yep. So we could be dead if they played the enchantment. Oh, they're just going aggro. Okay. So we drew Lightning Helix, okay. So maybe that's gonna be enough. Let's find out. So let's Lightning Helix to the face. Trigger. That was a really good draw with the spell. And we Full Bore. Them attacking with Riddler was really greedy. Because we get to steal the game. Let's go. You can't be greedy against red. You can't. Well, let's bring in Magebane Wizard and Iroh's Demonstration. Shocks seem really bad here. Full Bore. One of is cute, but maybe not here. Maybe down 1 Hellkite, 1 Challenger, and a a couple Bastronauts, because they do play the 1 damage spell. So let's bring back Challenger and Nova Hellkite. Try it like this. So chat, do you have any goals for this year? That's cracking packs and being degens. What's going on? One goes first. Oh, we could try. We have two lizards. We have demonstration and kill up their otters. Lizard, 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 lizard. Quarry Monastery tapped. Okay. We'll play Sacred Foundry tap. They play an island into a trainer. Yep. And they found Splash Portal. Problem. I think with that Splash Portal, we just have to pass. We'll hold up Burst Lightning, Lightning Helix. Like if they want to Splash Portal the trainer, we can 2-for-1 them. They shock in Passage. Yeah, we take it. They found the Riddler. First, that's... Yep. So now we're going to be a little bit behind. Because we have no way to stop that. Really hoping they didn't have a Riddler there, but we got punished for it. So we can Magebane Lizard and pass. Obliteration Bolt. Well, we can protect it with Full Bore. You have another spell? Trigger Magebane Lizard. Boomerang Basics Magebane Lizard. Yeah. Untap land, please. No. Okay, well, we'll just play our Lizard. And pass. Untap land would have been Lizard and Lizard on the board, and my opponent's a spell heavy deck, and that would have been sweet. Storm Chasers, yeah. Play a tap land. Into another Riddler. Please don't say you have another Splash Portal. I don't know if we can come back from that. Nope, just attack with Riddler. Yep, end step, that Riddler goes away. My turn. We just play Nova Hellkite here. And bash in for damage. We have a ton of burn that could go to their face. We're kind of in a race here. Especially if they take a lot of damage off this Magebane Lizard. Kill this Otter. You have a spell to protect it. Torch the tower. Sure. And we'll just bash him with Nova Hellkite. I think not attacking with the Lizard's more important than their stupid Otter, so. There's the Riddler. So right now we have 9 points of burn in our hand. Or 8. And I have to pass. They attack, we need to play this spell to survive. Go to 2. Right? Oh, no, I miscounted math because of Magebane Lizard. Sure. Okay, I messed up there. 4, 8. Okay, yeah. I missed 1 point of math, so we're just kind of dead. Again, missing a land drop there, I think, was the difference in that game. If we had one more untap land for like 2 Magebane Wizards, we could have won, but we get to go first this time. Firing Vantage and just pass. I guess we could have played Sacred Bounty to protect some life there. That might be a mistake. Talent, yep. So I'm just gonna burn this because I want to get in with Ember Challenger no matter what. I wish I would have drew that last turn, but we can get in with our Challenger and pass. Hit removal for Emberheart, yep. Quick shot's not bad. We can shock this in, Hired Claw, and Slick Shot can plot. If we get untapped land, we can do a ton of damage next turn. We have 12 points just here if we get an untapped land. Boomerang Basics, yep. So let's Slick Shot here. You have counter? Sure. So we're just pump this up. It could have been worth it just not to cast the creature spell and hold this up, knowing that they usually play like 1 get out in their list. There's another talent, yep. They have more removal. Yep. So Torch the Tower sacking to kill Hired Claw. Pretty good turn for them. Play an island. We have 10 points of burn in our hand. We just have to get across the finish line somehow. Warped Riddler to draw a card. Emberheart. Decent. It's a consistent attacker. They just take it. Okay. I wonder if they have burn for the Challenger. I hope not. Trainer? Into what? Do you have a Roaring Furnace to kill Challenger? So yes, us not getting to 4 lands again has been a problem. Because we could have protected with Boros Charm. Back in with the Altar. Okay, that's Lightning Helix. So now we start going upstairs. We have exactly 13 in our hand. Boomerang Basics on the Roaring Furnace. Yep. Joke's on you. I'm never going to play a creature ever again. Hope they don't have Negate. They just play Riddler, so let's just go upstairs. Untap land, please. Untap land, please. No. Okay, let me just pass. The main Bait Lizard dies to Roaring Furnace, so there's no point in playing it. They play a land. And an attack, yep, we're on a race. Play another Riddler, yep. Into a Warped Riddler, yep. So untap land wins the game. Cross your fingers, please. There's our untapped land for exactly lethal. Love to see it. The Lightning Helix to the Dome. Boros Charm, 4 damage to target player. And Boros Burn is back, baby. Take that, Riddlers. Am I a degen for playing Boros Burn, chat? You tell me. You tell me. I guess we went from 40 people to 6, so probably. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Hmm. Alright. Stand up really fast. 1 second. Wait for the next game. Opponent goes first. I think we can keep this. It's a little slow, but we can turn 2 Slick Shot. It's a Veil. It's Esper Origin. So they're playing the Ouroboros Golgari deck, or they're playing the Simic deck that we played recently with Naga Fleshcrafter. We drew a land, unfortunately, so let's just play our Foundry tapped and pass. Badger Mole, yep. We have no way to interact with this Badger Mole, which sucks. I think we still need to plot Slick Shot. Next turn we can Nova Hellkite and kill the Forest at least. But they get to gain some life with Esper Origin, so this is probably a really unfortunate matchup. They found Naga Fleshcrafter already. We needed some form of direct burn. So let's just Nova Hellkite, get their Forest, slow down the ramp. Bastion for 4. Pass. Next turn we can Hired Claw twice, keeping up Boros Charm. But they have so much mana this turn. Hardcast Riddler, yep. So Riddler is just kind of like the problem card we can't deal with. And next turn we're effectively dead on board, right? They just make more Riddlers. We just play a bunch of mana dorks and force them to do it. Play Slick Shot as a blocker and pass. I guess even if they Naga Fleshcrafter, yeah, they can make the Badger Mole bigger and we're dead. Because they have Trample. During Vitality. That's not what I expected, but here we are. Esper Origins, yep, to gain more life. Go to 2. And we drew another land. That's not helpful. So, on the game 2. Lynx comes in. Iros comes in. Shock is fine. Soul Guide Lantern's fine. Let's take out our shocks. Take out full bores. Actually, sorry, I mean keep in shocks. Bastardon is not good here. Take out 1 Ember Heart. Try it like that. how to know you games played? Can you rephrase that for me, please? I don't quite understand. I'm sorry. I get to go first this time. Not with this hand. This hand seems better. We have Soul Guide Lantern. We can Nova Hellkite. We have Helix to kill Badger Mole. Throw away Nova Hellkite. Sacred Boundary has to be untapped to produce red and play our Hired Claw. Turn 1, Lantern Wolf. Yeah, you got it. So let's just attack with Hired Claw. You like the block? No, let's just push damage then. Hi, Duck. How are you? And play a Conduit. Going a Winter Night Stories to a Molt Tender, okay. Molt Tender, yep. We drew Iroh's Demonstration, which is the best card here. So let's Iroh's Demonstration. 1 damage to everything. And then Sacred Foundry can get rid of the Winter Night Stories. And attack with Hired Claw for 3 with the trigger. And pass. That was a pretty good turn. Unable to scream. Sure. Play this tapped. Nova Hellkite. And attack for 5. And pass. If we get on untap land, we can just Nova Hellkite again. So I'm not sponsored, but I'm going to say this, Jagger. The best way to find Esper Origins, yep. From Plat to Diamond, where do you find how many games do I reach Diamond? So the way to do that is untap.gg is the best way to record all that. I think I'm just going to eat their graveyard now to get rid of their Esper Origins. And we have a Lynx. Lynx is fine. It does 4 to both of us, but they can't gain life anymore. And on to game 3. You're fine. So I use untap.gg. Maybe I'll get sponsored by them someday. I don't know. Untap.gg is really good about keeping all your information. So like you get current set, you get today, you get current season, and you get like ranks, all formats, all events, and it keeps track of like your win rates on decks, and you can see like a play-by-play on statistics, like what did you win, what did you lose to, and then also overall, oops, go back. You see it, there's a tracker here for ladder performance, and you can see what decks you played, your record, and how long you were in each bracket. So you see my diamond to not diamond, how many games was there. Looks like it was quite a few, right? And it keeps a whole tracker. So what you have to do is go to untap.gg and you'll download it. There's a free version. I'm paying for it, so I get more of the premium effects. I don't know what the free version gives you, but it's been a good way for me to track all that information, and I get to, you know, I get to see all that and showcase all that for you. Maybe I'll get sponsored by them. Untapped. Someone go tell them. Promoting their shit, and I'm not even getting paid for it. No, it's just a solid tool. We get to go first. We have Demonstration Hired Claw. Let's keep it. It might be bad because it has 4 lands. They don't play a Mana Dork turn 1, so let's just play our advantage in our Hired Claw and pass. Hopefully they don't play a Badger Mole. They do play a Badger Mole, yep. I think we still just Burst Lightning the Badger Mole and get in for 2. And pass. They're not going to block with it anyway, so I just need to kill it. There's a Molt Tender. Esper Origins, yep. A Lynx seems decent. But I think Iroh's demonstration is really good here. Let's just clean up the mana dorks. And attack for 2 again. If they get 1 more land, they can Esper Origins, which might be a problem for us. Yep, there's Esper Origins out of the graveyard. They gain more life. And we're just 1 turn on this Sunspire Lynx, unfortunately. I think I still want to play the Lynx. Hang them 2, and now they can't gain life. And next turn we just start Nova Hellkiting them. They don't have any lands in graveyard, so yeah, they have an Ice-Till Explorer, but hopefully it's not a fetch. It's not. So they don't get to go off. Scrap Shooter against Mono Red. That's an interesting choice. Riddler found them a Fable Passage. That's luck. I wish I had that luck when I was playing that deck. I still triggers. A mill or Boroid, which is good for us. So let's just Hellkite. No, I didn't want to warp. I guess we're warping then. That's bad. Well, at least we keep over Boros Charm. Like, this Esper is going to go away. And we still have to deal with Ice-Till is going to be the problem. You did 101 games at 58% win rate on your Siegebreaker allies. You think I did great? Yes, I think you did great. And why I think you did great is because a pro player is in the average pro player is in the 50% range. The higher echelon is in like 60%, and then like the person who won player of the year was like 71% win rate. That's extremely high. If you're 50 or above, you're doing great. You're doing great. Riddler, and they get to Winter Night Stories from the graveyard. That's really bad for us. They drew 2 cards. Mold Tender, sure. I think I just know the Hellkite and kill their Molt Tender. And play a Sacred Foundry pass. Tapped and pass. Like we can't really get past Riddler yet unless we find some form interaction, unfortunately. And the Riddler just gets to have fun as a blocker. Esper Origins, but they don't gain life, which is really good. And Ice-Till is just doing the thing. There's Esper Origins again. Yeah, so they're making a big board of blockers for us. And getting some good value. There's an Aura Boroid, yeah. So we need to find a way to... Scrap Shooter does nothing here, except it's a flying with reach. And try to bait some stuff out. Let's get this indestructible until end of turn. And get 1 thing off the board. And I think we're dead to this Ouroboros, so unfortunately that's it. We didn't draw an answer to that, and they just win. So, kind of unfortunate draws. We flooded out as the burn deck. It is what it is. Yeah, we can... Yeah, I can find numbers for you. I think the one problem, I don't know if that last player is still here, the guy who was talking with Private Puddles. I think one problem about Magic the Gathering that I've come back to, and I think Soros would agree with me, is some people are just because there's a pro scene, there's a whole thing about being the best player, and having a mythic rank doesn't help too because you get more rewards for being higher in mythic. That there's always a push that you have to make the best deck, and if your deck isn't tier 1 meta, I'm not going to watch your video, I'm not going to play it, it sucks, I don't want to play it. And I think there's that lacking out of Magic the Gathering right now, where people just like, if it doesn't win, I don't care, right? And the nature of brewing doesn't exist anymore. Like, people don't play Magic to have fun. Their only point of fun is if the deck wins a game because it's the best deck, right? It's a really weird mindset in Magic the Gathering right now. And I don't know how much I like it or enjoy it, because like, how many deck like Siegebreaker? I haven't seen anyone play Siegebreaker. That deck is fun as shit. And it does win too, on top of that. But people are afraid to brew, or they're more worried about a ranking or a system or something. And it feels like a lot of the love of Magic is not there, because like, if you're not playing Lessons, you're not playing Cavero, or you're not playing Honors, why are you playing Magic? Yeah, you know what I mean? One thing people need to learn: you can't tie the game to results. I like that. I like that, Frederick. And I just windmill slammed gambling for 3 games, and that wasn't the first time we played on stream, and I had fun. Isn't that like the goal? I think that's why a lot of people love Commander over like Standard and stuff, because Commander is considered more casual, and now with the bracket system of like 5-1, you can actually play Commander with your bracketed system, which is kind of nice. I like the direction Wizards are trying to go with it. And it's more like tuned to and you're just having fun with your friends, right? Where like Standard, the sweatiest of people come out and, oh my god, money's on the decline, and they want to cheat. And if you're not playing this deck, how dare you? It was really fun when I met a couple pros. I would love to go to the Pro Tour and go to one of those Pro Tour testing houses, because people are serious, but like, you could still bring a brew and people like grind into it of like, oh, this could work. Oh, this couldn't work. There's not like, you're just fucking stupid kind of opinions, which is really cool. And I wish there was more of like, that's a fun brew. I don't think it's strong enough for the Pro Tour. We tried it. It doesn't work, you know? I think that mindset needs to be more around in Magic more. And that's one reason on this channel, we degened to Mythic rank. We just got Mythic rank. We're already there. We're going to be Mythic the rest of the season, aka this month, and it doesn't matter anymore, right? Now we get to do whatever the fuck we want. We get to play whatever decks. I get to play whatever decks you want me to on stream. We could do like some viewer one-on-ones. I was thinking doing next month, like set up like one Monday, and 7 people sign up in the Discord, and I play against you in like a best of 3 or a brawl deck, or, you know, something like that. And we could just have fun, right? Because I want Magic to be fun. Magic should be fun. Yeah, it would be cool to get the spotlight and glamour, all that stuff, but like, if you bring me a brew, I'm gonna have more fun with that, honestly. Like, the 2 decks that we played on stream that was by you guys, I think it was Soros who gave both of those decks. Those decks were not tier 1. We won games, but honestly, they were just fun, and that's what I like about Magic, right? Even though, like, I want to make that Rhinos deck work, but I'm gonna try to brew something offline of it. It's weird not being, sorry, I'm going on a rant. I'm not playing Magic, whatever. I like that. Yes, MTG Goldfish, it's really hard to listen to his videos. But what I like about MTG Goldfish as a whole, they have more than one content creator on Magic, and they all play different styles. And over the past several years, like, I'm coming back to Magic after 8 years. There's 6 years of arena videos I've never seen of MTG Goldfish, of all their creators, of decks I wouldn't think of. And there's a lot of brews, like the series of Much a Brew. I think that series is great because you can play budget decks or you play random decks that's not tier 1s, and they do lose quite often, but it's fun to play that silliness, right? And I feel like that's missing sometimes. And the point of me getting a Mythic is, we already did the sweatiness. I'm going bald because I'm so sweaty. Look at that shit. We already did the sweatiness. I don't care anymore about the sweatiness. I just want to play dumb shit that might be fun or not might be fun. And I get to like brew and have fun with you guys. That's what I want for this channel in 2026. Sure, we might play the Pro Tour, the next Pro Tour, the winning deck. We might play that on stream for one day just to showcase it and have fun with that. But I agree with that. You really want to brew arena. I just don't want to have. You don't want to spend hundreds to get all the cards. There's also a flip side to that. This is interesting to think about. That I've spent so far in 2 months $600 on Magic Arena, which is a lot. And look at all these standard decks that I could potentially brew. I can make almost every deck in standard right now, except like I'm missing like 3 mythics. Yeah, 2 mythics, 3 mythics. I'm really close to being able to make like every deck I want in standard right now, which is a really good feeling. Where in standard, let's just go to MTG Goldfish. About what I put into Arena, I could only make Izzet Lessons and like mono red aggro. I couldn't make every single deck, right? So it's really it's like a weird balance of like, I wish I could play in paper. I miss playing in paper. And if someone gave me a deck and say, hey, come to an FNM, I would love the shit out of that. I live in the Seattle area. On the surface, Arena is really shitty with its loot system. It's pretty much like a gacha loot system, right? Because in paper, you can resell your cards and get some value back, or maybe trade for decks, whatever. The short-term buying a deck in paper is good, but you don't have variance. Where Arena, you have to put a little more money into it on the surface, but you get to play more decks as a whole, right? It's just the intro into Arena is really, really rough, and that scares people off, and I don't blame you. But remember, at the end of the day, Magic is an expensive fucking hobby, and people want to ignore that fact. The best Magic card is your credit card. And it's really weird that people want to skirt around that fact. This is not a cheap game. Stop lying to yourself. Stop lying to your spouse. You know what I mean? Like, once you get over that lying self-image that you have, MasterCard is a $5 card, or 5-color card. Exactly. Fedric, yeah, you were Magic for 9 years. After the 3 decks you had banned in a row, gave up. Was that in paper or in Arena? Because it is a really bad feeling. In paper, if you spend all your money on one deck in paper and it gets banned, I feel so... It's really weird. I said this when the last banning season happened. Reanimator has been a deck in Legacy since I played Magic. Reanimator's been one of the oldest staple Legacy decks, and the reason for banning it because this format has gotten stale. I think that was the one banning I disagreed with and I really dislike, because how many people have been playing that Legacy Reanimator deck forever? And how many people in the community probably quit because their one deck got banned? Because it got stale? Yeah, that was one of their reasons. We want to change the format a bit, because we side banned Reanimator a few times, but it still keeps coming back, and we just want it gone to shake up the format. That was one of their reasonings. And I think that was the worst banning that they had in 2025. Teamer Energy. Oh, dude, I played Teamer Energy back in the day. Teamer Energy into like an Emrakul and Ulamog. I love that deck. Copycat combo. Yeah, Smuggler's Copter. Oh, Smuggler's Copter was... And I get there's some points when there's decks that are too strong that need to be banned. Like Vivi had to be banned as a great example, but they delayed too long in banning of Vivi, and then Vivi got out of hand. But at least with Arena, the cards I have in front of you, they're not tangible. I can't sell them, which is the downside. However, if a deck does get banned, I get to turn around and play any other deck, which is like an upside. So it's like, it's a pro-cost situation, and it sucks. Because when I played Standard, the one reason why I quit, and you guys are going to hate me for this, I day 2 or Grand Prix with Lantern Control. I was 1 game short of going to the Pro Tour with Lantern Control. I loved Lantern Control because it made me, for my brain as a college engineering student, I had to not only know the ins and outs of my deck, but I had to know the ins and outs of the entire format to do well. That deck was hard to play. Was it fun to play against? No. That's one reason why people hated it, because it took so long of my turns, because I had to think not only what you can do, but what I can do against what you're about to do, right? And the deck was hard. But for a lot, like a mental standpoint, that deck was fun to me because it was hard. They banned that deck and I quit Magic. So I totally understand, Fedric, of you banned my deck. And that was right when, what is the cards called? I'm sorry, we're on a hell of a tangent now. Magic can come later. What it... In... Inventions? What were they called? Yeah! So in my deck, I actually had every single invention. So I saved up money at my bartending job in college to buy every single invention that worked in that deck. So Moxes and Snaring Bridges. My deck was blinged. I loved that deck. And then they banned it. And I was like, well, this is dumb. And I sold out. It was a mix of that and then, like, story time. So I was at Grand Prix. I went to like 4 Grand Prix when I was playing Magic in college. Wasn't competitive. I wasn't the best player. I didn't really grind. Like, my friends were like, hey, we're going to the Grand Prix. You want to go? And I'm like, all right, let's hop in the car and go, right? I didn't really train or practice or anything. I went to Grand Prix Vancouver up in Vancouver, Canada. And I made day 2 with Tron. I borrowed Tron. We were playing the night before, and my friend was like, hey, do you want to play Tron? I'm like, sure. I always wanted to play a turn 3 card. Let's do it. And so I'm playing Karn, and we had the sweatiest of sweaty gamers out of the Portland, Oregon area. And he was kind of like in the testing group, and he was one of the only players in the Portland area at the time to make the Pro Tour. He was a good player. I will give him that. But what pissed me off at that same time they banned Lantern Control is me and another player made day 2, and he 0-3 dropped. And his opinion was he is the better player than both of us. We didn't deserve to be in day 2, and he shamed us all the way back home because we didn't deserve to make day 2 because we weren't Pro Tour players. So opinion of, and he's not like, he wasn't even a pro. Like, he went to 3 or 4 Pro Tours and failed in day 1. Like, he won PTQs, went to the Pro Tour. I don't know if he was cheating or not. I don't care. He went to like 4 Pro Tours. He never made day 2 in a Pro Tour. And it was that weird middle ground of like, he's not quite a pro, but he made the Pro Tour. And I learned that all the players in that middle section, like the pros, very kind people, from LSV, from Reed Duke. I wish I could meet Reed Duke and shake his hand. That guy is super kind, super nice, super honest. But you know, that's like the pros. The pros are really kind people. But that middle ground of just getting into the Pro Tour, higher Grand Prix players, they are the biggest, sweatiest assholes in any game I've ever played. Worse than Counter-Strike, worse than League of Legends, worse than Pokemon TCG and Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. That group of people fucking suck. They drove all the soul out of Magic the Gathering for me by like how we acted at Grand Prix Vancouver. So it was a mix of shitty medium people plus like he won a Pro Tour, or he got in the Pro Tour, and then 2 of his friends got in a Pro Tour, and then all of a sudden they warped that same mentality. And then some of the Seattle people had that same mentality of like the middle, oh, we got to the Pro Tour, we're just going to practice ourselves, we're so good, we're better than you. Mixed with my deck being banned, and then I quit Magic. I quit Magic in 2015 time frame after playing for about like 5 years. So I totally understand, Fedric, that it sucks when your paper deck gets banned because you're like, this is my baby. I spent money on this shit. I can't even resell it because it got banned and the value dropped like 3 times in a day. But I guess, again, that's one of the upsides. If it gets banned, I put money into the game in front of you. I can showcase decks that you guys can see. Like, Frederick, if you have a deck you want me to play, I'll fucking jam it on Monday. Put a deck in the Discord. Let's go have fun, you know? That I want to get away from that middle player mindset of like, you're not playing the best, you're bad. You have to net deck or you can't be good. You got to be, you're just not a good player. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that Magic player, and I don't want to make my content like that in 2026. We were sweaty degens for a day because sure, we could do it, and we're Mythic. It doesn't matter. I would probably have made Mythic like I did in the first 2 seasons of me playing on Arena just naturally. Right? Because it comes down to 2 things. One, like, I would consider myself a little better than some players. 1, do I have access to a lot of decks so we can change your decks all the time? And 3, I'm spending a lot of time on Magic Arena, and honestly, at the end of the day, to hit Mythic, it comes down to time. If you have above a 50% win rate, you're going to hit Mythic if you have time, right? And so just based on the third point alone, I would eventually hit Mythic in a month. It's not something that I'm worried about never hitting. And about seasonal Death Dart, they do have that in like standard, pioneer, historic, modern, legacy, pre-modern, which is a fun format lately that people or it's pre-modern, right? Where it's 8th edition forward, just not Power 9 and dual lands. That looks like a fun format. And it's kind of cheap too. Cheaper than standard decks. I saw a lot of like competitive pre-modern decks at like $60. Anyways, that's my rant. That's my experience. Sorry about that. I don't know if that's what you're here for, but now you kind of know a little bit. So, any questions for me before we go back to some more games? My mod Grace just got engaged. Go my mod. Go her. Anyways, let's get back to some games. I'm sorry. I'm not, but I made like the best honey ham today. I'm really excited to eat more of that. Let's see how long this queue takes. Awkward silence from the chat. I wonder how long this queue takes because we are Mythic. I guess this is another downside to hit Mythic in a couple days. There's not that many people in Mythic. So I don't know if it's going to queue me. Like the system is trying not to queue me against people in bronze or diamond and platinum too often. But we'll see. If you're not here for this, I don't know what to tell you. I get to play first. Seems fine. Couple hired claws. An interaction spell. I wonder if we'll see Cow again today. I'll play my land and play hired claw. Next turn we can hired claw. Just hired claw and hold up shock. Trigger. And I think I want to save my shock for a Badger. They tap their Llanowar Elf. Alright, so there's the Badger. But if they tap their Elf, I would have killed Badger before it animated. Because either way, they're going to get 2 mana here. So they're just Simic Ramp, it looks like. And we'll kill the Badger Mole. Emberheart Challenger. I think I just want to start pushing damage. Trigger, trigger. Would you like to block? Oh, I should have played Burnout first. That's a mistake on my part. Because they would have gotten another Start Your Engines counter, right? On each of your turns when opponent loses life. Yeah, so I should have played that first, and that's a mistake. First time me playing with Burnout. But we have a decent curve. They can tap out for Ouroboros, and that might be a problem. Killing their Badgermaul slows them down a little bit, so they have access to 5 mana rather than 8. Four mana. Nature's Rhythm for Badgermaul. Yep. So if we have a decay to kill this Badgermaul, we're in a good spot. Yeah, we did. So let's kill the Badgermaul. Trigger Prowess. You have a way to protect Badgermaul? Like they could have counter magic. Protect intrusion, sure. Trigger, trigger. And Bastronaut has Menace, so it can't block. I'm just going to pump this up in response and get them the 2. So pretty much we can find a burn spell off the top. They're dead. Also 2 Higher Claw triggers. They're dead. If they don't get any life, I think we win? Question mark? Yep. On to game 2. Iris demonstrations here. Shock is good. Let's take out our full bores and ship it back. I feel like this is a good matchup for us. I guess people didn't like my rant. Everyone left and not say anything. Now I'm like overthinking it. Bona goes first. We have shocks. We can try keeping it. If we get lands, then we're in a good spot. There's a Lantern Wolf again. So let's just pass with shock up. Gene Pollinator. Yep. The Keen-Eye Curator. That seems weird, but okay. Let's kill Gene Pollinator. I guess it's a blocker. Untap land, please. Of course not. So, player Higher Claw and pass. I'm not gonna block. Serok, yep. There's a land, that's nice. I think I'm just gonna plot and pass. Like if we get some untapped lands, then we can start slick shotting and pumping up slick shot. Turok says whenever creature control or a creature spell is a target spell ability, you draw a card. Yep. Nature's Rhythm for 2. Get Badgermaul. Not the card we wanted. So let's 4 to the face. Are we dead on board because of that? Yeah, we're dead on board. Cool. So having no interaction and having a bad hand that we didn't mulligan lost us that game. And we'll try again. Get to play first. Let's keep this as demonstration, hired claw. We don't have white yet, but I hope we draw into it. We'll get mulliganing down a lot. Good sign for us. Let's play our hired claw. Earn more land royal, yeah. Just bash in. Would you like to block? Nope. I'm just gonna pump up and start pressuring damage. And then next turn, we can Iroh's Demonstration their board. Leyline Weaver, yeah. Punch in. Would you like to block? Nope. Let's kill Leyline Weaver and pump up Hired Claw. And a 13 and pass. Another land or a Boroid, yep. Good thing we have Iroh's Demonstration and a land's really good, so we can Iroh's Demonstration, 4 damage to you. Attack with Hired Claw. Pump up Hired Claw. That's a big 1-drop, baby. And if we get more white sources lands, then we can just really go upstairs with things. Leyline Weaver, sure. Let's bash in with Hired Claw. You like to block. So I think I'm going to level up because we can't play 2 spells at one time. Just keep making it bigger and pass. GG opponent, you were really dead with our hand. On to the next game. So what do you think about Burn, boys and girls? Burn is not dead. Damn, I think everyone left. I played a whole game and no one said a word. What did I do wrong, chat? Tell me what I did wrong. Was my rant half-baked? Saving a board game. I don't know what FWIW. I go first. We can try it. Okay. For what it's worth. Cool. I appreciate it. At least someone told me because I was overthinking it that no one said anything after my rant was done. Ooh, we drew a land. That's good. So let's just... I think we just Hired Claw. Pump up Hired Claw. Especially if it's a Bird Mirror. I want to get Hired Claw out of range of Lightning Helix. I'm just gonna attack with Hired Claw. Get lost, okay. So let's Hired Claw into Burnout and pass. Unfortunately, we were missing land drops. I want to get a land so we could Nova Hellkite at least. Ooh, it's Jeskai. It's Jeskai control. Okay. So get a untapped land, please. No. Alright, I guess we try to find it. Hey, we found one. So let's bash in. And I didn't crack the other map because I want to pump up Hired Claw. Because we need to push damage against control. They also play Lightning Helix, so it's something we have to worry about. And they got card advantage off the Rediscover the Way, so... There's Lightning Helix, yep. Let's just map on Burnout. Have another Lightning Helix. I think it's worth it to kill our own Burnout so they don't gain life here. And play another Burnout. It could be really bad if they Shiko us there, but they didn't have it. I think I'm just going to attack. And pass. I don't want to play Nova Hellkite into counter magic, so they stock up here. Probably looking for a land because they missed a land drop. And we start firing off spells. Like when they tap down, then we can play this Nova Hellkite. But I don't want to tap out to like a really bad counter spell and just ruin my turn when I have all this burn in my hand. It's a long stock up, so did you get your land drop? They did. But let's Lightning Helix first because it does less damage. Hoping they get counter magic out of them. Yep, there's the counter magic. And they do have a Shiko, which is a problem. Because now they can get Lightning Helix back. Now we can Nova Hellkite. And punch through damage. And unfortunately, they can Shiko kill our Burnout and gain 3 life, which is really bad. Yep, here it comes. Yep, and now they're at 11. So they've gained 9 life this game. This is rough. So let's play another Burnout. Tap land and pass. Luckily, Shiko can't block Burnout. Yep, there's a stock up. Them getting 3 Lightning Helix in one game is definitely a hill we have to climb. Ghost Vacuum, that does nothing to me. Yep, so Shiko attacks. And step, I'm going to do Lightning Helix because it costs less, and if they want to counter this, then we have Boros Charm. And let's just attack. And we can pump this at least once because it has double strike. And that's going to be all I need to do. And we have lethal in our hand with Boros Charm. Let's put this on red and pass. End step. We still have lethal on board, so I don't need to blast this Boros Charm off yet. Hoping that they tap out. Jeskai Revelation. So they tapped out, and we can do 4 damage to the face and go to game 2. Being patient with burn beats control. Alright, so Lynx can come in here. Magebane can come in. They have a lot of removal, so Full Bore. Full Bore might be cute. Like as like a gotcha. So Shock doesn't. Maybe Shock is also good. Let's take out a Nova Hellcater too. Like we could Full Bore in response to like a Burn Spell and Saber creature. That might be cute. Take down some Ember Hearts. Put in a village. Let's just go down like 1 and 1. Right, like this. Kind of like cut down all around. One goes first. Not with this hand. This feels better. I don't think Nova Hellkite's the answer here. We play Surveil Land. We have no turn 1 play, which is unfortunate, so we just play our Sacred Foundry and pass. They play a tap land. So if they have 2 mana value, I want to play Magebane Lizard here. It has 4 toughness. They can't burn it. Seam Rip. Okay, well at least you took 1 for that. And they have an untapped Shock. Okay. So let's just plot our Slick Shot and pass. Playing around their counter magic they probably shocked in for. And let's just Emberheart. I'm fine with this gets countered. I want Slick Shot to live. Yep, there's the Exile. Play a tap land and pass. They missed land drops. That's good for us. So let's Slick Shot with the Boris Charm we drew and go in for combat. We can just do for 1. That's fine. Let's pass. Team Rip. Sure. That's a thing. They found the land. Okay, well let's start ripping Lightning Helixes off. Magebane Lizard, hopefully to get around counter magic. So they don't have counter magic because they didn't hold priority, which is really nice. One downside to Magic Arena, I guess. Orang to draw. That's really good for us. If we get untapped land, we're slamming the Sunspire. Didn't get it. Alright. Burnout. And attack for 1. And pass. Holding up Lightning Helix Boros Charm. Man, slamming a Sunspire Lynx would have been really good there. Day of Judgment. So you take 1. And we're going to wait till Day of Judgment goes off. And we're going to Boros Charm in the face to do the most amount of damage while they're tapped down. And let's Magebane Lizard again. Sunspire Lynx is lethal because they have 6 non-basics, which is funny to me. They have 7 mana, so now they can Jeskai. Kill our Magebane Lizard, gaining life. Please untap land. Yep, Jeskai Revelation. Bouncing our land. Yeah, that tempos us a lot, which is a problem. Yep. Play our land tap and pass. So here's the bad part, us missing our land for multiple turns. When we had them dead. Unfortunately our deck betrayed us. Like if they play another Jeskai Revelation, it's gonna be hard to come back to this game. They get another one? Brother. I'm still gonna ping you in the face. Yeah, you got it, man. Now they're at 10. Must be nice. Authority. Sure. So now we're just under ultimate pressure because we missed too many land drops. And we play our Hired Claw. They gain a life. And now this game is probably unattainable. Yeah, especially with Seam Rip. We had the game. Oh, that feels so bad, man. Like how we boarded. Sometimes all about Magic is being lucky, and my opponent was lucky. We can keep this hand. Play turn 1 Mountain into Hired Claw. They play Thundering Balls. I think I still want to play my Mageplane Wizard instead of pumping up Hired Claw, because the Hired Claw can still die to Lightning Helix. And another land, that's fine. So let's go to combat. Lightning Helix. And I think I just want to protect my creatures. Gain Indestructible. And pass. Untap land for stock up. That's good for us. They take a damage. And I think I'm going to Burst Lightning them and start putting the pressure on. So 2 to the face. Untap land, please. Nope. So I'm going to boost up Hired Claw to be mana efficient here. And now they're under threat. Day of Judgment, yep. They take 1. Untap land is perfect because now we can Lynx. They take 4. And now we have multiple points of burn in our hand to kill our opponent. Like, they have to Wrath here. Lightning Helix doesn't save them, so they have to have like a Get Lost or a Wrath. And they don't have it. GG, opponent. Game 3 was more like what Burn should do. Game 2 was so close, but we still got there. Play again. So you said you're sleeving up a board game? What board game? I'm a big fan of board games. Also, what the fuck? Campfire Cuisine, which is a rare only out of the holiday set, has spiked again. Whenever this enchantment or legendary creature you control enters, create a food. Whenever you attack, you may sacrifice X foods. When you do, up to X target attacking creatures get +3/+3 in range trample and indestructible in a turn. That seems like a great card for Commander. That sounds like a great card for Commander. Slay the Spire board game. I didn't know that's a board game. One of my favorite board games is Betrayal House on the Hill. Another fun board game that I like is Quacks. I really got into Quacks lately. So opponent goes first. You can keep this. A little heavy on the lands, but it seems alright. We drew another land, Rutrose. So we hired Claw and Pass. Breeding Pool. Oops. Breeding Pool into Starting Town. Seems okay for us. So we're just going to bash in and pump up because we have nothing else to do with our mana. They just take it? Okay. Force into Earthbender Ascension, yeah. Fortunately, we have a lot of lands. I found a black source. Is there 3 color? I think Burst Lightning the lands just to get it off my field. Might be wrong to do that, but we'll find out. We'll just hire Claw, pump up Hired Claw, and bash in. That might be wrong to kill the land. We could have just hold the Burst Lightning and see what I wanted to do. Sab. That's a thing. Do another land. A lot of lands this turn. So we just pass because Sab can block. If they play a land, then Sab can Earthbender Ascension. Ouch. So we're racing. Yep. Trigger, trigger. That Sab is going to get really big really fast. Yep, trigger, trigger. I have to kill this swamp in response. They get another trigger and the Sab gets bigger. But they're probably going to keep it back as a blocker and we need to get through on damage. So Sab cannot attack or block. They have removal for Hired Claw. We're in a bad spot. Lightning Helix to the face. Get them to 10. Full bore just to push damage through. Pump this up. Get them to 2. We have a lot of spells off the top of our deck that can kill our opponent. Fortunately, we drew a lot of lands this game. Rutrose. Earthbender Ascension. Yeah, 3 of them. That's scary. But yep. Put a counter there. He could die in a couple turns. They have 3 mana up. They could have some removal for a Hired Claw. Could have counter magic. Play another land. Yep. That's a big forest, man. Oh, we drew a Lightning Helix. That seems fair. After all of our flooding we did, that seems fair. Let's go to game 2. I don't even know what kind of deck they are. Do we really have a sideboard for them? Maybe bring in some links? Take out Nova. Take out some full bores. Be best or not? Try it like this. They might have, I guess they're going to have a lot of basics, but if they're playing like Sultai mid-range, they're probably playing Esper. I don't know. One goes first. His hand seems pretty good. We got 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Looks like my opponent mulligan down. I have no turn 1, which seems fine, but we're going to play this Bastronaut. That could get stabbed. Didn't, luckily. Starting town, no plays. Alright, we're going to play our Bastronaut. I guess I should have attacked first. This is a mistake. Yeah, I should have attacked first. And then play the Bastronaut, because it died to shoot the Sheriff. Earthbender Ascension, yep. So I'm missing 1 point of damage on my opponent. Mountain into Nova Hellkite. We attack in. Starting town. They have access to 4 mana. We just go attacking. You can't block. They have another shoot the Sheriff, that's fine. So I'm going to play our Sunspine Links. Does 3 to us, 2 to them. But now they can't gain any life. If we get on tap land, we can play Nova Hellkite. Bossing Say, that's scary. They have to pay 1 life to activate Bossing Say. That's pretty good for us. And we just go to combat. They double block, so we can protect our creature. Fine. I guess Earthbender Ascension is getting bigger. So we can Hired Claw and Burnout. And we just have to worry about... They don't have enough mana to play the 5 mana sweeper and Strategicalist. Yeah, the opponent just scoops it up. So, I know you guys probably want me to stream a little longer, but honestly, I think we're at a really good point today. I think we had a really good stream. I'm sorry it's only 3 hours. It is like a weekend stream, which I don't normally do. I think we had some good games of Magic today, though. I will be back. I'll post on Discord if I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I will definitely be back Monday. I try to take like 1 day off. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for the support. Thank you for following. I appreciate everyone that's here. Thank you for my rant. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your board game house with Slay the Spire.